South Africa, home to over 40 million people who speak 11 different languages, has a new word in its vocabulary. Umoja has been borrowed from the Swahili language of East Africa and has given a whole new meaning to song and dance on the continent. Umoja tells the story of the growth of South African music, from its roots in the powerful rhythms of tribal music through the eyes of its creators, Thembi Nyandeni and Todd Twala, two veterans of music and dance whose careers go back over 30 years and extend into the four corners of the globe. Umoja's Pulse of Africa is exposed as being part of the baobab tree, whose roots seem to extend upwards and outwards, not downwards.
And actually Umoja is the grandchild of Pulse of Africa, because we started with Pulse, then Pulse gave birth to Baobab, Baobab gave birth to Umoja. Still the two of us, you know, with nobody's help. And because in life I don't believe you have to wait for handouts. We don't wait for handouts. God created us with two hands, and this other hand doesn't ask this other hand to, you know, help me.
If Todd has got a job, somewhere is doing something else, Todd, she will always say, I've got a friend who can do this better than anybody else, you know. So we've been helping each other. It's like two hands helping each other.
That touch extends right into the very heart of Umoja, through costume design and choreography, and both see its African heritage conquering the world stages. Rehearsals started in the early part of the new millennium, and many of the cast were recruited from South Africa's disadvantaged communities, whose raw and undeveloped talent was seen as an essential ingredient for success.
We want to conquer the world, not just only here in South Africa. We want to empower our children. We want to build a platform for our children. We want to take them as far as the sky.
We are in trouble in this country because we've been pumped with other people's cultures, you know. So Umoja is there to remind the South African fellow people that regardless of whatever you like or, you know, you follow, but don't forget whoever you are, because a human being without identification is a lost and confused person. And if you have confused people in masses, then you are in trouble. The country will be in trouble.
Thembi Nyandeni and Todd Twala know all about their unique collection of authentic drums, shields and costumes, made up in their small shop in the Market Theatre Complex in downtown Johannesburg, with cooperation from their ancestors.
This is Mpepa. Mpepa is to chase away the evil spirits. So because this shop is about our madlozis, the ancestors. It's not only the Zulu ancestors, all the people's ancestors, they are in this shop. So we have to bend the Mpepa so that we bring them all. Again, spirit of togetherness.
The spirit of togetherness is no more apparent than in the music and dance of Umoja, a stage show which is a joyous celebration of dynamic talent, thrilling energy, great voices and sensual dancing that combines the best of South African popular music.
Well, it is a job. But then from me, it comes from the inside, you know, it's the love of it. Because I know that when I come here, when I start to enter this stage, I've got people there. I've got people who are like disappointed, who are stressed out, and I am here to entertain them. So whatever that I do it out of love. we're working together. It's the spirit of togetherness, eh? So we want to take the show up there.
Spiritually, the cast of Umoja are encouraged to follow the thinking of the two original creators of the show.
I'm not a rich person financially, and I'm not looking forward to that. If God wants me to be rich financially, thank you, but I want to be rich spiritually, because I want my spirit, when this body takes its last place, my spirit must always be the happiest spirit, because it will always live eternally. Spirit never dies.
During the first year of development, Umoja had very limited financial success, although it had critical acclaim from all sections of the media. It was only when a new producer got it into a purpose-made theatre built into a convention centre in Sandton, the financial heart of South Africa, that the real story behind the message began to emerge. The colourful background was slowly starting to take shape.
This story is a tribute to all the men and women who left us this wonderful heritage. The musicians and singers who found themselves down in the mines or in the dance halls. And to those many people who, like me, sat on the side of the road and on street corners playing their music and filling our lives with their songs.
The traditional dancing was fun for the stage, but the songs that grew the history of South African music needed to be recorded by the original cast as part of that heritage.
But you don't see them grow. Tula, tula, tula sana. Tula, tula sana.
Most of them, when they came here, they didn't know what's happening. They didn't know, but they wanted to be like us. Sister Tembi, I want to be like you. You cannot be like me, but I can teach you to be yourself. I want to see Umoja in Canada, in Germany, in Australia, in Paris, in South Africa, all over the place.
It's about real people, you know, sending out a message out there of saying the spirit of togetherness.